Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Um, in this lecture session, we will discuss about the transportation modeling. Yeah, let me share our presentation. Okay. Okay. In this session, we will discuss about the basic concept and then program formulation and solution. Yeah. um, Transportation model is an iterative procedure, yeah. So the procedure will be repeat and repeat and repeat, yeah. An iterative procedure to find the least expensive way or the cheapest way to move product or material to from one point, yeah, to other point, or from a set of sources to a set of destinations. So here we will discuss about the moving or movement, yeah, from material or products, yeah, from several sources to another to several destinations, or generally said that from uh, suppliers, yeah, several suppliers to several markets, yeah. And this model can be used to help solve distribution and allocations decision, yeah, to make a combination of distribution or allocation of material or products with the cheapest cost, yeah. And to make a model to solve the problem of transportation, what have to know, yeah. Several information we have to know: the one, point of origin and capacity or supply per period of each of them. Yeah, so we need information about the point of origins, yeah, and the capacity of the origin. Yeah, maybe this is the warehouse of materials or warehouse of product that we will move it to other destination to the destinations. Yeah. And the second, destination points and demand per period in each. Yeah. Other information we have to know or we need is the demand of destination. Yeah. Every destination, how many, how what number we need to fulfill. Yeah. And the last, cost of shipping one unit from each origin to each destination. This is also the information we need to solve the problem of transportation. And we can use linear programming to solve the problem of transportation. Yeah, this is the special case of linear programming. Okay, the first step to uh, formulate the problem, we have to make, or it is better to make a map of the transportation network. Yeah, like this one. Yeah. Here we have three source of material. Yeah, we have uh, maybe these are the factories we have. Yeah, that are located in Lampung. Yeah, at Lampung, and then JPPK. Yeah, and then Sidoarjo factory. Yeah, so we have three factory that the production of the three factory will be distributed to the destinations, and we have three destination that are distributor Palembang, yeah, Palembang distributor, and then Jakarta distributor, and then Surabaya distributor, yeah. So we will move the material from three sources, yeah. that are from factories, we have two, three destinations, yeah, that are distributors located in Palembang, Jakarta, and Surabaya, yeah. And then on the map here, the arrow express the cost per unit to move from the sources to destinations, yeah. Like here, to move one unit or one measurement, yeah, certain measurement from Lampung factory to Palembang, it costs $5, yeah. And then from Lampung to Jakarta, it costs $4. From Lampung to Surabaya, it costs $3. Yeah, and so on. From Jababeka factory to Palembang, it costs $8. From Jababeka to Jakarta, it costs $4. And from Jababeka to Surabaya, it costs $3. Yeah. From Sidoarjo, it costs $9 to move to Palembang and $7 to move the material to Jakarta and $5 to move from Sidoarjo factory to Surabaya distributor. Yeah. Okay. And then uh, for every factories, we have capacity like this. Yeah. For Lampung factory, it has capacity 100, what 100 unit of measurement, maybe in million unit or in million kilograms, and capacity for Japapeka factory 300 and capacity for Sidoarjo 300 also, yeah. And demand in Palembang distributor 300 unit, yeah, in a certain period. Demand in Jakarta distributor 200 and demand in Surabaya distributor 200 also. Yeah, this is the first step to make a problem formulation. Yeah, it's better to make a distribution map. Yeah, that connection between sources and destinations. Okay, and from this map we can transfer it to table. Yeah, we make an initial table. Yeah, that connect the uh, relation between factory and destination, yeah, from Lampung. So here row express the sources, yeah, and column express the destination or market, yeah. So this is sources, yeah, Lampung, Jababeka, and Sidoarjo. It expressed on the row, and this is the destination or market. Yeah, it's expressed on the column each. Yeah. Okay, here we can read that how what number what cost to move material from Lampung to Palembang. Yeah, it costs $5. From Lampung to Jakarta, it costs $4, and from Lampung to Surabaya, it costs $3. Yeah. And so Jababeka to Palembang $8, Jababeka to Jakarta $4, Jababeka to Surabaya $3. Sidoarjo to Palembang $9, Sidoarjo to Jakarta $7, and Sidoarjo to Surabaya $5. Yeah. And the problem, the objective function, yeah, is to how to combine, yeah, the distribution between or among the sources to destination at the cheapest cost. Yeah, this is the objective function. Yeah, and we can use linear programming to solve it. Yeah. Okay. From initial table, we transport to other method, other table, or the transportation matrix. Yeah, that connects the relationship between sources that express on row and destination that express it on a column. Yeah, here Lampung to Palembang. Yeah, the cost located on the small box here. Yeah, that on the right up corner, yeah, this express the cost, yeah, from the each relation, yeah. Okay, and the right column, yeah, here, right column express the capacity of the sources or factory, yeah. Like here, yeah, Lampung, it has capacity 100, yeah, Lampung capacity constraint. Jababeka has capacity of 300. Sidoarjo has capacity of 300. Yeah. And the final row is the sum of the uh, total needs of the market or destinations. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this matrix connects the destination to the sources to the destination. Yeah. Capacity constraint expressed on the final column. Yeah. And total demand for every market expressed on the final row. Yeah. The last row here. Yeah. Warehouse needs and here factory capacity. Yeah. In this case, the total demand equals to the total capacity. Yeah, to simplify the problem. Yeah. Cost of shipping per unit of material from Sidoarjo to Jakarta. Yeah, it's expressed all on the upside. Yeah, right upside of the box. Yeah, on the small box. And here, the cells indicates possible source to destination shipments. Yeah, or every cells here. Yeah, so this is the possible source to destination shipment, yeah, from Jababeka to Surabaya, yeah. So we read it the source to destination from Lampung to Palembang, yeah, yeah, from the left side, yeah, Lampung to Palembang, we will plot here. Lampung to Jakarta, we will plot here. Lampung to Surabaya, we will plot here, yeah. Jababeka to Palembang here, Jababeka to Jakarta here, and Jababeka to Surabaya will locate it the on the cell ya. Okay. And the initial solution, yeah, we use northwest corner, yeah. Northwest corner rules like this, yeah. Start from the upper left cell or northwest corner, yeah, of the table and allocate units to the delivery routes as follows, yeah. Exhaust the supply or factory capacity of each row before moving to the next row. Yeah, so we will allocate until the capacity is exhausted. Yeah, and then we can move to other factory. Yeah, and the second, meet the needs or warehouse of each column before moving on to the next column. Yeah, and then we will fill the needs of the market, yeah, until fulfilled, and then move to other market. Yeah, ensure that all supplies and requests are used or met. Yeah, so we will have all the needs supplied by source or factory. Yeah, this is the rule of northwest corner. Yeah, so we start from northwest or the left upper point or left upper box. Yeah, left upper cell. Okay, from the table we have, yeah, we will send 100 units from Palembang, stock in Lampung, ya. Send, okay, okay, okay. Let me correct it first, ya. Send 100 unit to Palembang, ya. Send 100 unit, okay, I'm sorry. From Lampung factory to Palembang warehouse, ya. Okay, yeah. Because here the capacity factory is less than destination warehouse, ya. That is Palembang, ya. So we will ex-house capacity factory in Lampung to Palembang warehouse, all the capacity, ya. That is 100 units. And then send 200 units from Jababeka to Palembang, ya. Palembang needs 300 and it fulfill from Lampung only 100. So the rest of the needs is 200, ya. And we move, ya, to next factory, that is Jababeka, ya, to fulfill Palembang needs. Okay, fulfill all requests in Palembang if the warehouse capacity meets. Okay, ya. And then send 100 unit from Jababeka to Jakarta, ya, because Jababeka has capacity 300, and it send 200 unit to Palembang. So the rest is 200, ya. The rest is 100, ya. 100 will be sent to Jababeka, from Jababeka to Jakarta, ya, to Jakarta. So sending the 100 units remains will exhaust the stock of Jababeka. Yeah, okay. And then Jakarta needs 200 units. And it fulfilled from Jababeka only 100. So the remains is 100 units. It will be fulfilled from Sidoarjo. Yeah, okay. The needs of Jakarta warehouse have been fulfilled. Yeah. And then Sidoarjo still have capacity, yeah, 200, and all 200 units from Sidoarjo will be sent to meet all Surabaya needs. Okay, yeah, okay. Here, although the demand from Palembang 300 units, but because the capacity of Lampung is only 100 units, so only 100 units can be allocated on this road, yeah, from Lampung to Palembang. Yeah, we will allocate as 100 unit. Okay, so 100 unit is the capacity of Lampung. Yeah, so Lampung is ex-house. Yeah, all the capacity has been sent to Palembang warehouse. Yeah, okay, and then we close the route of Lampung and Jakarta, and route from Lampung to Surabaya. We close, yeah, we block it because all capacity has been exhausted. Yeah. So the next step is only possible to move down, yeah, to fulfill Palembang because the needs of Palembang and warehouse is 300, but fulfill only 100 from Lampung, yeah. The Jababeka Palembang route, yeah. We will observe of the route of Jababeka Palembang, ya. Jababeka has capacity 300, ya. It's still idle, ya. Palembang still needs 200, ya. So the needs of warehouse less than capacity of Jababeka. So all the need can be fulfilled by the Jababeka warehouse. Yeah. Okay, we moved on. Yeah. Although Jababeka's capacity is 300 units, because Palembang remaining needs are only 200 units, the allocation from Jababeka to Palembang is only 200 units. Yeah. Okay. And then all the needs of Palembang warehouse has been fulfilled. Yeah. So we block the rest. Yeah. We close the rest. Okay. Jababeka has capacity of 300 units. Yeah. It has been allocated 200 to Palembang. So it remains 100. Yeah. To exhaust the all capacity. Yeah. Okay. We do the same step as before. So we fill Jakarta, ya. Jakarta needs from Jababeka, ya, 100 units, ya. All capacity of Jababeka warehouse has been exhausted, ya. Okay, has been allocated, and then we close the route of Jababeka to Surabaya because there is no capacity again, ya, no more capacity in Jababeka. So we move down, ya. Jakarta needs 200 units. Yeah, it has been fulfilled from Jababeka only 100, so it remains 100 unit of 100 units. Yeah, 100 unit. Yeah, remain 100 units, and we will fulfill from Sidoarjo. Yeah, Sidoarjo has capacity 300 units and has been allocated 100 unit to Jakarta. Yeah, okay. So the remains of the capacity of Sidoarjo is 200 units, and 200 will be sent to Surabaya. Yeah, okay. All the need has been fulfilled. Yeah, and the first allocation like this. Yeah, we will move or transport from Lampung to Palembang as 100 units. From Jababeka to Palembang, 200 units. From Jababeka to Jakarta, 100 unit. And from Sidoarjo to Jakarta, 100 unit. From Sidoarjo to Surabaya, 200 unit. Yeah. And the total cost will be $2,200. Yeah. Okay. This is the initial step. Yeah. Or initial solution. Yeah. Okay. So is it optimum? Yeah. Or can we make other solution to be better? Okay, yeah. This is the first solution. This is the initiation of the solution, yeah. We'll try to implement the least cost and Vogel approximation model, yeah, or FAM. Okay, we apply stepping stone, yeah. We apply least cost allocation, yeah, using stepping stone algorithm, yeah. Okay. The stepping stone algorithm like this, yeah. Select one of the empty roads from the initial solution using northwest corner, yeah. So we have a table, the first solution from northwest corner, and we will go on the next step using stepping stone, yeah. The step start with the selection of one of the empty routes. Yeah. Okay. Then starting from the route, create a closed loop. Yeah. Which end on the route. Yeah. So we will make a closed loop. Yeah. Start from the empty routes and end on the start route. Yeah. Start point. Yeah. Create a closed loop which end on the route through the route that has allocated unit. Yeah, so the route will make the loop must be through the route that has been allocated. Yeah, okay. And then start with the positive or plus sign on the initial route. Give a negative and positive sign to each route stop in the previously created loop. Yeah, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and then back to initial route. Yeah. The fourth, calculate the increment index by adding all the costs per unit of all routes that the loop passes through. Yeah. Calculate the increment index or improvement index. Yeah. And then calculate the index of the increase for all empty routes. Yeah. If all indicate of if all indices are more than or equal to null, then the optimal solution has been reached. Yeah. So the category to conclude whether the optimal solution has been reached or not is the indices. Yeah. When all the indices are more than or equals to null, so the optimal solution has been reached. Yeah. Okay. Okay ya. We start using this route ya, Lampung Jakarta ya. Denote it as A ya. Okay. From A, we will make a closed loop ya to left side ya. Okay. Left side ya, here. Move here ya through the box or route that has been allocated. Ya, here Lampung Palembang. And then move down ya. And then through the route that has been allocated also ya, here Jababeka Palembang. And then move right ya through the allocated routes. Here Jababeka Jakarta and back to uh, the initial route ya, Lampung Jakarta ya. And we put the sign ya, plus ya, positif, negatif, positif, negatif. Okay. And then the next step, we calculate improvement index ya, or incremental index ya, increment index or improvement index ya. Okay. We calculate it using the sign ya. Here we take the cost of distribution per unit ya, from the route that the arrow through ya. Okay, here start from the route of Lampung Jakarta ya. It costs $4 ya, $4. Move to Lampung Palembang, it costs $5 ya, and so on. And respecting to the sign ya, so we put here ya, with the calculation 4 positive minus 5 ya negative plus 8 positive minus 4 negative. So the improvement index or increment index equals to 3 ya, positive. Okay. Let's take other empty route ya, B. B express the route of Lampung to Jakarta ya, Lampung Jakarta ya. Then we make closed loop through Lampung ya, to left side ya, Lampung that has been allocated, and move down to Jababeka Palembang ya. Move right Jababeka Jakarta, and then move down ya to the route that has been allocated, that is Sidoarjo Jakarta ya, and move to right side ya, Sidoarjo Surabaya, and move back to the initial route ya, Lampung Jakarta. And then we calculate the improvement index ya, from Lampung Surabaya ya. 3 plus ya, positif, minus 5 plus 8 minus 4 plus 7 minus 5 ya. The improvement index is 4. Okay, positif. Okay. Let's take other empty roads ya. Oke, C, Jababeka Surabaya ya. Jababeka Surabaya, we make close loop ya. Jababeka Surabaya and then move to Jababeka Jakarta, and then move to Sidoarjo Jakarta, and then move to Sidoarjo Surabaya ya. 3 minus 4 plus 7 minus 5. Yeah, the improvement index of route Jakarta to Surabaya is 1. Okay, and then take the last empty route. Yeah, Sidoarjo Palembang as D. Yeah, okay. We make close loop, start from Sidoarjo Palembang, and then move to right. Yeah, right side to the right side. Yeah, Sidoarjo Jakarta, and move to up. Ya, Jababeka Jakarta, and move to left, Jababeka Palembang. Ya, plus, negatif, positif, negatif. Okay, so here we can calculate 9 minus 7 plus 4 minus 8. And then the improvement index is minus 2. Okay, so the conclusion whether the solution has been optimal or not, yeah, we can check the improvement index, all improvement index, yeah. Is there still negative index? If there is still negative index, so the optimal solution hasn't been reached, yeah. And we here have the improvement index for route Sidoarjo to Palembang as negative, yeah, minus 2. So the solution hasn't been optimal, yeah. Okay. So what next, yeah? Okay. We go on the sixth algorithm, yeah. If there is a possible increase, there is an increase index with a negative value. So negative value index express the possible increase, yeah, possible increase, yeah. We can increase the allocation, so we can get the smaller cost, yeah. Select the empty route that has the smallest negative value, yeah. In the closed loop of the selected empty route in the previous stage, take the smallest unit on the route that has a negative mark. Yeah, okay. And the last, add the smallest number of units of the product to the route marked positive and subtract the route marked negative by the same amount. Yeah, okay. Because there is still a negative index, yeah. So we will observe the negative index. And we here only have one negative index, that is Sidoarjo Palembang, ya. So what if there any more than one negative index? Yeah, we will choose the smallest one, yeah, smallest negative value to make a closed loop. Yeah, okay. Because here we have only one negative index, so we will choose this route, yeah. Sidoarjo Palembang, or we have noted it as D, yeah. Okay. From Sidoarjo Palembang, route Sidoarjo Palembang, we move to route Sidoarjo Jakarta, yeah. And then move up Jababeka Jakarta, and then move left Jababeka Palembang, and then back to the initial route, yeah. And we have put here the sign of positive, negative, positive, negative, yeah. According to the 7 algorithm, sorry, 8 algorithm, yeah. So we will subtract the number of the allocated routes, yeah, with the smallest allocation. Yeah, here we have two kind of allocation that are 100 and 200. Which is the smallest? 100 is the smallest. Yeah, so we will move or subtract the smallest smallest allocation, yeah, from the negative and add it to the positive sign of the root. Yeah. So here, for the next table, we will move or subtract as much as 100 units from Sidoarjo. Yeah. And add it to Jababeka Jakarta. Yeah. Or we will move, yeah, as much as 100 unit from Sidoarjo Jakarta to Jababeka Jakarta. Yeah. So the root of Jababeka Jakarta in the next table, yeah, because there is an adding from Sidoarjo Jakarta as much as 100. So the allocated number of Jababeka Jakarta at the next table will be 200. Yeah. And using the same algorithm, we will subtract as much as 100 from the root of Jababeka Palembang and add it to root of Sidoarjo Palembang. Yeah. So on the next table, the allocation of Jababeka to Palembang will be 100 and from Sidoarjo to Palembang will be 100. Yeah. From the empty to 100. Okay. We will see the next table. Okay. Yeah. Sidoarjo Jakarta will be empty because the previous allocation as much as 100 will be subtract and allocate to Jababeka Jakarta. Yeah, so Jababeka Jakarta from 100 becomes 200 because there is adding from Sidoarjo Jakarta. Yeah, 100 units. And then Jababeka Palembang will be reduced also. Yeah, because there is a subtraction to add to Sidoarjo Palembang. Yeah, so the new allocation will be Sidoarjo Jakarta from 0 to 100. Sidoarjo Jakarta, Sidoarjo Palembang ya, from 0 to 0. 0 added by 100 ya. From Sidoarjo to Jakarta ya, 100 subtract by 100 ya. So the allocation will be 0 here. Jababeka Jakarta will be 200 ya, saying 200 and Jababeka Palembang will be 100 ya. Okay. And okay ya. This is the next table ya. And take an empty allocation again ya. Let's say we will take the okay. Okay. I'm sorry ya. From the this solution we will calculate again the improvement index or increase index ya. Oke ya. Oke ya, root allocation will be like this and then repeat the same procedure ya with the new allocation ya. With the new allocation, we will repeat the add until add procedure to calculate the improvement index or increase index ya. Oke. With the new allocation. Okay, this is the new allocation. Let's say we will take from route of Lampung to Jakarta ya to calculate the increase index. Okay, Lampung to Jakarta ya. Oke, Lampung to Jakarta ya. And then here 4 minus 5 plus 8 minus 4 ya. We have the improvement index to for the route of Lampung Jakarta will be 3 ya, positive. And then yeah, the next one we will calculate the improvement index of Lampung Surabaya ya. Point B ya. The improvement index will be 2 positive ya. And then we move to the next empty allocation Jababeka Surabaya C ya. Jababeka Surabaya. Let's calculate the improvement index ya. Improvement index will be -1 ya. Okay. The minus number rise ya. Okay. That comes from root the Jakarta the root of Jakarta Surabaya Jababeka Surabaya ya. Here the improvement index will be -1. Okay, so actually the optimal solution hasn't been reached. Yeah. Okay, then the last, yeah, for point D, yeah, improvement index will be +2. Yeah, so there is still negative improvement index. Yeah, that is the root of Jababeka Surabaya. Okay, so we will repeat the procedure again. Yeah, due to the increase in the index Jababeka Surabaya has a negative value, so this loop is used for unit reallocation. Yeah, because the optimal solution hasn't been reached. Yeah, so we will make reallocation. Yeah, taken from the smallest unit. Yeah, here we have only one. Yeah, and this is the negative improvement index. Yeah, okay. C, yeah, the root of Jababeka Surabaya is the smallest index. Yeah, has the smallest index. Okay, a negative. Yeah, negative index. So we start here. Yeah, okay. We make a loop. Yeah, close loop again. Yeah, from C. See, that is route of Jakarta, Jababeka to Surabaya. Move to the left side, yeah, to route of Jakarta, Jababeka Palembang, yeah, and then move down, Sidoarjo Palembang, and then move right to the route of Sidoarjo Surabaya, and back to the initial route, yeah, okay, positive, negative, positive, negative, okay. Positive here, it must be added by the smallest number of the allocation that located, yeah, the allocation from the loop, yeah, the allocation of the loop. Okay, so the smallest number is 100 units. So add to the root Jababeka Surabaya with 100. Yeah. On the next table, the empty root Jababeka Surabaya will be added by 100. Yeah, 100 here, and then subtract, ya 100 from Jababeka Palembang, ya, because the sign is negative, ya. We will subtract, ya, the root of Jababeka Palembang and add to the root of Sidoarjo Palembang as much as 100 and subtract 100 unit from the root of Sidoarjo Surabaya. Ya, okay. The table will be like here. Okay, ya. The root of Jababeka Surabaya will be 100, yeah, because there is adding, yeah, 100 as much as 100 unit. And Jababeka Palembang will be empty because there is 100 allocation before and will be subtracted and add to Sidoarjo Palembang. So Jababeka Palembang in the new table will be empty and Sidoarjo Palembang for the new table will be added by 100. So becomes here 200 unit. Yeah. Okay. And Sidoarjo Surabaya that has been allocated 200 before, yeah. It must be subtracted by 100 units. Yeah. So it becomes 100 unit. Yeah. Okay. The new allocation will be, yeah, Jababeka Surabaya 100 units, Jababeka Palembang 0, Sidoarjo Palembang 200 unit, and Sidoarjo Surabaya 100. Yeah. Okay. This is the new allocation. And then we calculate the improvement index, yeah, using the same procedure from 6 to 8, yeah, until there is no longer a negative value increase index. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Start from the node of A, the root of A, Lampung, Jakarta. Yeah. We can get the improvement index. Yeah, Lampung, Jakarta. 4, ya, positif. Subtract by 5, ya. 4 minus 5 plus 9 minus 5, ya. 4 minus 5 plus 9 minus 5, and then plus 3 minus 4. Plus 3 minus 4. We get 2 improvement index, ya, for the route of Lampung, Jakarta, ya, point A. Oke, go to the next empty road, ya, Lampung, Surabaya. Lampung, Surabaya, 3 minus 5 plus, okay, I'm sorry. It must be plus, ya. It must be plus here. And minus here. Okay, I will replace this material on the LMS, ya. Okay, ya. 3 plus minus 5 plus 9 minus 5. Ya, we get the improvement index for the route of Lampung, Surabaya will be 2, positive. And Jababeka Palembang, ya, the improvement index will be 1, positive, ya, using the same procedure. And the last one, Sidoarjo, Jakarta, the improvement index will be positive 1. Yeah. So here, in this step, all the improvement index are positive. Yeah, there is no more negative value. Okay. Yeah. So because the increase index or improvement index has been all positive, so the allocation has been optimal. Yeah. The route allocation and transportation costs will be Lampung to Palembang, yeah, 100 multiplied by 5, yeah, 500. Sidoarjo Palembang 1,800. Japabeka Jakarta 800. Japabeka Surabaya 300 and Sidoarjo Surabaya 500. Yeah. Since all the improvement indices have a positive value, the optimal solution has been achieved. Yeah. And the cost is 3,900. Yeah, this is the optimal solution. Yeah, different from the northwest corner. Yeah, we have the allocation from the initial. Yeah, with the cost of 400 4,100. Yeah, becomes 3,900 using stepping stone method. Yeah. Okay. This is the optimal solution. Okay. We can also getting the optimal solution, yeah, okay, using modified distribution algorithm or MODI algorithm. Yeah. Okay. To calculate the value of each row and column, set our AI and KJ, yeah, equals to CIJ, yeah, for the root or box that has been allocated. Yeah. Once all the equations are written, set R1 equals to null. Yeah. Calculate all values of R and K. Calculate the increase index for each unallocated root or box with the formula Ij equals to Cij minus Ri minus Kj. Yeah. Choose the root that has the most negative increase index and allocate product units to that root as per the stepping stone method. Yeah. Okay. We try to find the optimal solution using modified distribution. Okay, yeah. This is the last table from the notice corner, yeah. Notice corner. This one, yeah. Okay, we will take the last table from notice corner, yeah. here. Okay, make calculation using R and K. Yeah, put R respectively to the order of sources. Yeah, here Lampung as R1, Jabareka as R2, and Sidoarjo as R3. Yeah, and the K, yeah, according to the order of the destination. Yeah, K1 as Palembang, yeah, K2 as this Jakarta, ya, is to destination Jakarta, ya, and KT as Surabaya. Yeah. Okay, so here we can write R1 plus K1 equals to 5. Yeah, R1 R1 plus K1 equal to 5, and then R2 plus K1 equals to 8, R2 plus K2 equals to 4. Yeah, we calculate it from the route that has been allocated. Yeah, R3 plus K2 equals to 7, and R3 plus K3 equals to 5. Yeah, okay, assume that R1 is null. Yeah, okay, now we find for other parameter. Yeah, okay, for the first row. Yeah, R1 and K1 equals to 5, where R1 is null, so K1 will be 5. Ya, null plus K1 equals to 5. So K1 equals to 5. Ya, and then R2 R2 plus K1 equals to 8. Ya, R2 plus K1 equals to 8. K1 is 5. So R1 plus 5 equals to 8. So R2 is 3. Yeah. Okay. R2 plus K2 equals to 4. Yeah. R2 plus K2 equals to 4. Where R2 is 3. Yeah. So K1 will be 1. K2 will be 1. Yeah. Okay. The next, R3 plus K2 equals to 7. Yeah. R3 plus K2 equals to 7, where K2 equals to 1, so R3 will be 6. Yeah, okay. And then the last, R3 plus K3 equals to 5, where R3 is 6, so R3 plus K3 equals to 5, then K3 equals to 1 minus 1. Yeah, okay. Increase index of each unloaded routes. Yeah, okay. We will calculate the increase index for all unloaded route. Okay, for the first, yeah, unloaded route is a route, the route of Lampung Jakarta, yeah, Lampung Jakarta, or I 12, yeah, I 12, I1, yeah, R1, K2, yeah. Here I 12 equals to C12, yeah, C12 minus R1, C12, ya ini, yeah, this one, C12 minus R1 minus K2, ya, equals 4, ya, 4 minus null, null comes from R1 here, minus K2, K2 is 1, K2 is 1, okay, the result is 3, ya, and then move to the next route, Lampung, Surabaya, ya, Lampung, Surabaya, or I 13, ya, I 13. Okay, that C13 minus R1, ya, C13 minus R1 minus K3, ya. C13 is 3. R1 is null. R1 is null. And then K3 is minus 1. Yeah. So the increase index of the root of Lampung Surabaya will be 4 positive. Yeah. Okay. Go to the next empty root. Yeah. Jababeka Surabaya. Or I23. Yeah. I23 equals to C23 minus R2 minus K3. Yeah. C23 minus R2 minus K3. Yeah. C23 is 3. Yeah. R2 is 3 and K3 is minus 1. Yeah. Okay. 3 minus 3 minus minus 1 equals to 1. Okay. And the last empty root, that is Sidoarjo Palembang. Yeah. Sidoarjo Palembang. We will calculate index 3, 1. Yeah. 3, 1. Index 3, 1 equals to C31 minus R3 minus K1. Yeah. Then C31 equal to 9. Yeah. 9 minus R3 minus K1. R3 is R3 is 6. Yeah. So 9 minus 6 minus K1. K1 5. Yeah. Okay. We have negative 2. Yeah. So from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 indices index, yeah, indices improvement indices, yeah, we have one negative index, that is the root of Sidoarjo to Palembang, yeah. Okay, Sidoarjo to Palembang. Okay, using the same procedure of stepping stone, we can allocate, yeah, reallocate 100 units on Sidoarjo Palembang, yeah, plus, and then subtract 100 unit from Sidoarjo Jakarta, add 100 unit also to the root of Jababeka Jakarta, and subtract 100 unit from the root of Jababeka Palembang, and add it to Jakarta Palembang. Ya, oke. This is the new allocation. Ya, oke. Using this allocation, the new allocation, we will make the calculation again for R1 and Ri and J, J. Ya, oke. Let's start here, ya. From the root of Lampung, Jakarta. Okay. The first one, we have to calculate the value of the parameter, ya. Okay, let's say R1 equals to null. Yeah. So here R1 plus K1, yeah, equals to 5. Then K1 equals to 5. Yeah. Null plus K1 equals to 5. So K1 equals to 5. Yeah. Okay. We have the value of the R1 and K1. Yeah. Okay. Apply it to the empty allocations. Yeah. Okay. This one R1 R2 ya. R2 plus K1 ya. Oke, oh sorry ya. Apply it to the allocated roads ya. The allocated roads ya. R1 and K1 and then R2 and K1 ya. So we get the value of R2 and then R2 plus K2 ya. Then we get the number of the value of K2 and then R3 plus K1 ya. So we find the value of R3 and R3 plus K3. Then we can get the value of K3 ya. Okay. And then we calculate the increase index ya. Okay, this one ya. Increase indices for all routes that has not been allocated ya. Hmm. Start from here ya. Lampung Jakarta ya, Lampung Jakarta. C12 ya minus R1 minus K2 ya. 4 minus 0 minus 1 equals to 3. Lampung Surabaya ya. C13 ya minus R1 minus K3 ya. 3 minus 0 minus 1 equals to 2. And then Jababeka Surabaya. Jababeka Surabaya will be C23 minus R2 minus K3. Ya. We find the value of I23 as minus 1. Yeah. Okay, minus 1. So we still have the uh, increase index of that is negative. Yeah. So the optimal solution hasn't been reached. Yeah. In Sidoarjo Jakarta, we have the increase index of 2. Yeah. Okay. So we will still have the negative index. Yeah. And we will use it to make a closed loop again. Yeah. Yeah. Because this index is negative, so we will start from here. Yeah, we make a closed loop here, okay, and then we calculate the allocation again. Yeah, so we have to make a new ray allocation. Yeah, allocate 100 from to Jakarta, Jababeka Surabaya. Yeah, allocate 100 unit to the route of Jababeka Surabaya. Subtract 100 unit from the route of Jababeka Palembang, yeah, and add it add it to the route of Sidoarjo Palembang and subtract from the route of Sidoarjo Surabaya. Okay, our table will be like this. Yeah, this is our new table. Yeah, then we calculate again the improvement index. Yeah, R1 equals to null. Yeah, and then from the loaded allocation or the route that has been allocated, yeah, we calculate the R and K, yeah. Okay, Lampung Palembang, yeah, R1 plus K1. We have the number of K1, yeah, is 5, yeah, R1 K1, yeah, and then R2 plus K, R3 plus K1, yeah, R3 plus K1. So we find R2 R2. Okay, let's say, oh, I'm sorry. It must be, this is wrong, yeah. It must be R3. Okay, R3 is 4. Then we get the other value of R and K like this. Yeah. Okay. Then calculate the increase indices of each of all the unloaded road. Yeah. Lampung Jakarta, the index will be C12 minus R1 minus K2. Yeah. It is 2 for the route of Lampung to Jakarta. Lampung to Surabaya will be 2. Yeah. Jababeka Palembang will be 1. And the last one, Sidoarjo Jakarta will be 1. Yeah. So in this step, we have no more negative values. So the solution is optimal. Yeah. This is the newest allocation. Yeah, we have. And the allocation will be Lampung to Palembang 100 units, Jababeka to Jakarta 200 unit, Jababeka to Surabaya 100 unit, and then Sidoarjo to Palembang 200 unit, and Sidoarjo to Surabaya 100 units. With cost, yeah, 100 multiplied by 5 plus 200 by 4 and so on. So the cost is $3,900. Yeah, this is also the optimal solution we have. Yeah, the same with the stepping stone. Yeah, modified distribution result the last solution that the same with stepping stone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is the social model for transportation problem. And actually, using this problem, we can solve it easily by POM-QM or Excel. Yeah, let's try uh, solve the problem using POM-QM. Yeah, okay. But as we often discuss that the first step, that is the forming of formulation. Yeah, problem formulation is the most critical step here. So when we have find the problem formulation correctly, we can solve it by using POM-QM or Excel or manually using stepping stone algorithm or modified distribution algorithm. Yeah. Okay, we will try solving that using POM-QM. Yeah. Using POM-QM, we need only maybe 2 minutes to solve the problem. Yeah. Okay, POM-QM. Yeah. Okay, yeah. For the first step in POM-QM, just find and select the transportation model from the module 3. Yeah. From here, module 3, we choose the transportation. Yeah. Okay. Double click. Okay. Yeah. Then we get the windows for creating dataset for transportation. Okay. Let's say our problem will be titled by simulation. Yeah. um, transport simulation. Transport simulation. Our date today is okay. What number of sources? We have three number of sources that expressed on the row. One, two, three. Yeah. And what number of destination? We have also three number of destination. Yeah. One, two, three. Okay. We have three days sources and three destination. And our objective is to minimize the cost of distributing materials from sources to destination. Okay. Okay. Let's sing the parameter variable. Yeah. The sources will be Lampung and then Jababeka and then Sidoarjo. And the market or the destination will be Palembang and then Jakarta and then Surabaya. Okay. Cost to transport from Lampung to Jakarta to Palembang is 5 each unit of measurement, 8 and 9. Yeah. And then 4, 4, 7. And then 3, 3, 5. Okay. Let's say let's get the capacity. Yeah. Capacity for Lampung 100, Jakarta 300, and Sidoarjo 300. Lampung 100, Jakarta 300, and Sidoarjo 300. And then demand for Palembang warehouse 300, Jakarta 200, Surabaya 200. 300, 200. Okay, this is our formulation, yeah. So easily we solve it and we get the optimal solution. Yeah, less than 5 minutes. We can get the solution. Yeah, we will transport from Lampung to Palembang as much as 100 unit, from Jababeka to Jakarta as much as 200 unit, Jababeka to Surabaya 100 unit, Sidoarjo to Palembang 200 unit, and Sidoarjo to Surabaya 100 unit. And total cost will be $3,900. Yeah, very simple. Using POM-QM. What about using Microsoft Solver, Excel Solver? Okay, let's say we will use Solver, yeah. Exercise transportation model. Okay, let's try using Microsoft Excel. Yeah. Okay. So the first step, we have to plot the initial table. Yeah, here we heard from and to. Yeah, from Lampung and then from Jababeka, and then from Sidoarjo, yeah, to Palembang, and then to Palembang to Jakarta and to Surabaya. And then we plot here the cost of transportation. Yeah. Okay. The cost of transporting. Okay. This is the cost of transporting. Okay. Lampung to Palembang. 589. Lampung to Jakarta. 4, 3, 4, 7, 5, 3. Okay. And this is the capacity. This is demand. 300, 200, and 200. Capacity 100. One hundred, 300, 300. Okay. No, and then, okay, we have to make the initial table, and then the second table will be decision, variable decision, yeah. Decision variables. Okay, decision variables will be fulfilled by what number of transportation from Lampung to Palembang, Lampung to Jakarta, Lampung to Surabaya, and so on. Yeah. Okay. It will be fulfilled by solver. Yeah. Okay. Then we make here the excess capacity. Excess capacity is the capacity that has not been allocated. So here we have more capacity than demand. Yeah. And we have to make unmet demand. Unmet demand is demand that has not been fulfilled or has not been allocated. Yeah. So our demand here, Palembang, Jakarta, and then Surabaya. Okay. Unmet demand, it must be the demand, yeah, minus total supply or total allocation from all the sources. Yeah. Okay. So here unmet demand will be for the current condition because we have not been we have not allocated, so the unmet demand will be the same with the demand. Yeah. Okay. This is unmet demand. Okay. Excess capacity, it must be, yeah, excess capacity for Lampung, yeah, total capacity minus the sum of capacity that will be allocated, yeah, to every destination. Okay, it must be here. Okay, yeah, okay. Excess capacity. Okay, so now we will make the solver definition. Okay, okay, let's say total cost. We have to calculate total cost. Total cost will be some product, yeah, between the cost per each and the allocation with some product. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's define the solver, yeah, using the parameter, yeah. We will set the objective on the T cell, yeah, B18, and our objective function is to minimize by checking the allocation, yeah, the variable decision here. Okay, subject to, okay, subject to uh, total allocation must be, yeah, must be less than or equals to this one. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, okay. It must be this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's define the solver again. Yeah. We set our objective on the cell of B18 by changing variable cells. Yeah. B10 to D12. Okay. Subject to. Yeah. Add subject to here. Excess capacity must be less than or equals to, I'm sorry, this one must be less than or equal to this one at, and then unmet demand, because we have to make a requirement that all demand must be fulfilled. All demand must be fulfilled. So the unmet demand must be null. Yeah. unmet demand must be null. Okay, at okay. So our solver parameter will be like this. Yeah, we set the objective on cell B18 to minimize. Yeah, by changing variables. Yeah, changing variable the decision variables here be the constraint. Yeah, constraint for excess capacity and constraint for unmet demand. Okay, let's try solve. Yes. Okay. This is our solver solution. Yeah. Our solver solution is the same with our stepping stone or modified distribution and also POM QM. Yeah. Okay. This is our solution. Let's check it. Yeah. Okay. Check it. The solution with POM QM. Okay. Is it the same? Yeah. Lampung to Palembang, 100. Jababeka to Jakarta, 200. Jababeka to Surabaya, 100. Okay, is it? This is the same, yeah. It is the same. And Sidoarjo to Palembang, 200, and Sidoarjo to Surabaya, 100. Yeah. Okay. Total capacity allocated. Total capacity allocated. So all capacity are allocated. Yeah. So there is no excess capacity. There is no excess capacity. Yeah. This is our solver solution. Yeah, I hope you get this exercise and also the learn of the presentation. Yeah, let's try by yourself. I will give you a problem to solve using POM-QM and also manual using notice corner and then stepping stone and also modified distribution and also just try to use Microsoft Excel. Okay, thank you for to this lecture. See you next week. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.